Hi, it's me again. Today is January 30th, and it is a Wednesday, if I believe correctly, which I think it is. I have another book haul. Yes, I do. Finally came today after much wrangling from Australia Post, honestly. Sometimes they really need to get their fingers out and whatever. But I finally got they always come with these, because I order from Booktopia. And Booktopia, I love Booktopia. They always give you these bookmarks. I get some bookmarks on Booktopia. I've got like a ton of them up on the shelf. But anyway, here's my book haul for this time. I got this one. That came today. It's called The Chrysalids by John Wyndham. Genetic mutation has devastated the world. In the bleak, primitive society that has emerged from its ruins, any sign of deviation is ruthlessly hunted out and destroyed. David lives in fear of discovery, for he is part of a secret group of children who are able to communicate with each other by transferring thought shapes into each other's minds. As they grow older, they feel increasingly isolated. Then one of them marries a quote-unquote normal person, with terrifying consequences. Oh dear. And we also have this one by the same author, The Day of the Triffids, also by John Wyndham. When Bill Mason wakes up blindfolded in hospital, there is a bitter irony in his situation. Carefully removing his bandages, he realizes that he is the only person who can see. Everyone else, doctors, patients alike, have been blinded by a meteor shower. Now with civilization in chaos, the Triffids, huge, venomous, large-rooted plants who are able to walk, feeding on human flesh, can have their day. The Day of the Triffids, published in 1951, expresses many of the political concerns of the time: the Cold War, the fear of biological experimentation, and the man-made apocalypse. Yet its stark vision of a desolate world infested by deadly monstrous plants has lost none of its power to horrify. Day of the Triffids by John Wyndham. And then here we have Rob Roy by Sir Walter Scott. One of the Wordsworth Classics editions. Nice picture of the front. Rob Roy by Sir Walter Scott. From its first publication in 1817, Rob Roy has been recognised as containing some of Scott's finest writing and most engaging, fully realised characters. The outlaw Rob Roy McGregor was already a legendary disputed figure by the time Sir Walter Scott wrote this novel. A heroic Scottish Robin Hood a heroic Scottish Robin Hood to some, an ever glamorized, unprincipled predator to others. Scott approaches Rob Roy indirectly through the adventures of his fictional hero, Frank Osbaldistone. A bit of a name, but anyway. Amid the political turmoil of England and Scotland in 1715. With characteristic care, Scott reconstructs the period and settings so as to place Rob Roy and the Scotland he inhabits amid conflicting moral, economic and historical forces. This edition features, besides a new critical introduction and extensive explanatory notes, an essay outlining clearly the novel's historical context and a glossary of Scottish words and phrases used by Scott's colourful vernacular characters. Rob Roy by Sir Walter Scott. Then we have this one, The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy, another Wordsworth classic. Check out the nice artwork on the front. Nice. The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy. None of the great Victorian novels is more vivid and readable than The Mayor of Casterbridge. Set in the heart of Hardy's Wessex, the partly real, partly dream country he founded on his native Dorset, it charts the rise and self-induced downfall of a single man of character, quote unquote. The fast-moving and ingenuously contrived narrative is Shakespearean in its tragic force. You'll notice the irony about this sentence in a moment. Shakespearean in its tragic force and features some of the author's most striking episodes and brilliant passages of description. The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy. Now, I mentioned just a moment ago the irony of that previous statement. This is the irony. My last book to feature, Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. These violent delights have violent ends. And I read that backwards, by the way. Anyway, the Wordsworth Classics Shakespeare series presents a newly edited sequence of William Shakespeare's works. The textual editing takes account of recent scholarship whilst giving the material a careful reprisal. Romeo and Juliet is the world's most famous drama of tragic young love. Defying the feud which divides their families, Romeo and Juliet enjoy the fleeting rapture of courtship, marriage, and sexual fulfillment. But a combination of old animosities and new coincidences brings them to suicidal deaths. This play offers a rich mixture of romantic lyricism, bawdy comedy, intimate harmony, and sudden violence. Long successful in the theatre, it has also generated numerous operas, ballets, and films, and these have helped to make Romeo and Juliet perennially topical. Romeo and Juliet. So I bought this because I did this play in high school. My class did this in high school. I played Romeo's father, Lord Montague. Yes. So there we have that for today. 5 new books for me to read. Looking forward to that. Yeah, so tomorrow is my brother's birthday. My brother's birthday tomorrow. He'll be 35 tomorrow. I'll see if I can give him a call and wish him a happy birthday and things. Because it was my own birthday a few weeks ago, but now tomorrow is my brother's birthday. Yeah, my brother and I, we're a year apart, because he's a year younger than me. A year and 3 weeks. He was actually due to be born. He was due on Valentine's Day, coincidentally enough. His birthday is supposed to be Valentine's Day, but unfortunately he came a couple of weeks early. I, however, was born right on time. So my brother and I, we share the same birth month. So, yeah. Then after that, the next birthday in my family is my youngest niece. Her birthday is at the end of February. End of next month. She will be, how old will she be? She will be 19 next month. And then after that, the next birthday in the family is her father, my brother-in-law, in April. And then May, my dad's birthday and my auntie's birthday are in May. And I suppose you could call him my nephew, because my best friend, she's like a sister to me. My best friend, her little boy, he'll be turning 3 in May. And then June, July. July is my boyfriend's birthday in July. August is my best friend's birthday. She'll be. I won't tell you how old she'll be, because if I did, she'll kill me. Put it this way, we are roughly the same age. There's less than 12 months between us. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to tell you who's older, but anyway. So yeah. But yeah, her birthday's in August. And then September is my sister's birthday and my older niece. My older niece will turn 21 in September. I'm not going to tell you how old my sister will be, because I'll get murdered. Then October, November, December. So yes, I think. Yes, I'm a Capricorn. My brother's an Aquarius. My niece is a Pisces. My brother-in-law's a Taurus. That is my dad. My auntie. And my little friend's little boy. And my friend herself, she's a Leo. My sister's a Virgo. And my oldest niece is a Libra. Anyway, I think I should leave that for the day. Live with passion.